How's it going, my aristocrats? I hope you're all doing well today. But so I'm actually a little tired today because like I just got back from like a long weekend and everything. I was hanging with the boys and everything throughout like Fourth of July weekend with some with one of my friends and one of their like some of their family friends and everything. It was a great time, but that's actually what I want to talk about today in the video. Today's video is going to be about the importance of fraternity. Now, when I say fraternity, I'm not just talking about like university fraternities and stuff like that. Like, oh, drink party. This is like, shut the fuck up. Like, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about brotherhood. I'm talking about that kind of fraternity. Because so many men nowadays, they just feel isolated. They feel isolated and lonely, and they don't have anybody that can like connect with them and anything. And that's why so many men, especially men who want to like respect tradition and whatnot a little bit more, like they go on the internet and they'll try to find other people that will share those views with them. But this is a rabbit hole though, because it leads those same men to being only on the internet. They're on the internet for so much of their lives, and they're just missing out on so much. And honestly, for me, in my own experiences, like there was a point when I was on the internet for quite a lot, and and I was missing out on quite a bit in the world. But at the same time, nowadays especially, the friends that I have in real life, the friends that I consistently hang out with and whatnot, these guys also share my views. So like I'm very, very blessed to have that in my life, and I know that not everybody has that. But even if your friends aren't like that, even if your friends aren't like that, your first instinct should not be to shun them. Your first instinct should be to bring them up with you. It should be to find a way to. I don't know how to like put this into words, but probably just like I'm not like politely, but like um, subtly sneak in like your views and everything, I guess. But just like start inserting it into places, because like that's actually what I did with my friends, with my childhood friends at least, because I have another group of friends that that I met like more in college and everything, and like they're also like just naturally more like me, I guess. But like my childhood friends weren't always like that. Like I had to they're like that in part because of my influence. Like they're of a similar line of thought partially because of my influence. So because I would like find ways to like sneak like certain parts of my views and whatnot like into like conversations and all that stuff. And after like a year or 2 years or so, like they started like believing it. The power of psychology is just like something else, bro. But like anyways, like I just want to talk about more about like the importance of having that group of guys and everything, because like honestly, after this weekend, especially after this weekend of spending time with my friend and like some of his family friends and everything like that, like I'm a little tired right now because like I'm I'm a little short on sleep right now and everything. But um my body is tired, but my soul is rejuvenated. I just feel like so rejuvenated and everything. Like I just feel like I feel amazing right now, aside from the tiredness of my body. But like ignore that for this video. But you guys need to have that too. And if you don't have that, that should be one of your goals. That should be one of your goals that you're working towards. If you're in the gym, if you're in the gym, you've got to start like making friends and everything. Like I've started doing that recently as well, because like usually before in the gym, like what I would do is like I would just I would like the only times I would talk to people is like if I was waiting for a machine or something. But like nowadays, like when I go to the gym, like I'll start conversations with people by like the bench press, or like by like any of the other workouts that I do and everything. But like especially by the bench press, because like I met some really, really good guys by the bench press, and like they've been helping me out and everything. Like we've been like developing each other and all that stuff, and like we've just been like bouncing ideas and like concepts and whatnot off each other. Like it was an amazing experience. And like they're also a little bit more into the gym than I am. So like they've been giving me tips and everything on like how to do better, and like how to build more muscle, like how to like get my form right and everything. Because honestly, that was like one of the things that I was like struggling with a bit. But yeah, that's like one of the reasons, if not the main reason, why fraternity is so important. Because if you don't have that, like if you don't have that sense of belonging and everything like that, and if you don't have a group of good friends, and by good I mean friends that are going to develop you and assist in your development too, then you're at a bit of a disadvantage then. But if you have a group of guys that's willing to like work with you and everything, like, and like supportive of your goals and want to help you develop and like do better for yourself and everything. That's one of the most blessed things you can have in your life. Because honestly, like, I just consider myself so blessed for having that. Like, I may not be rich, I may not be I may not be where I want to be just yet, but one of the blessings that I thank God for every single day when I wake up in the morning and every single night when I go to sleep at night, I thank God for the friends that I have. I thank God for the fact that my the friends that I have in real life, the ones that I hang out with consistently and all that, share a lot of my worldviews, and that they're more like in line with my way of thinking and all that kind of stuff, and like that we like have the same sense of humor and banter and like all that kind of stuff. Like I'm just so thankful for that, because like so many people that go on to self improvement, they lose their childhood friends because their childhood friends, like, they'll mock them and everything for like what for like all the effort and all the change that they're trying to put in, and sometimes it's best to cut those people out of your life. But in my case, now my friends are on self improvement too. They see what I've been doing. Like, I tell them about like a lot of the stuff that I'm doing and everything, and like slowly but surely I'm starting to see them doing it too. Some of them, like, well, one of my friends is doing nofap now. Well, one of them is trying to fix his sleep schedule. One of them is like going more in the gym and everything. Like, it's just such a beautiful thing to see. It's just such a beautiful thing to see them like raising up with me and everything, and like also the fact that like that they've helped me develop too. Like, for example, I used to have no sense of fashion and everything. Like, I would be terrible with like mixing and matching clothes and like some of the clothes that I would wear and all that stuff. But one of my friends, he's like really into that stuff, and like he would always like make fun of me and like some of the stuff that I would wear and everything. But that was basically his way of saying like, you've got to do better for yourself, man. And like, honestly, it was so helpful, because when I finally like stopped getting mad at it and everything, like stopped being a pussy about it, and like actually realized that I did need to do better at that, he was the first one willing to help me. He was the first one willing to help me out and like go to the store with me and like tell me like what's good and what's bad, and like what would fit me and like what wouldn't, and like all that kind of stuff. And like now I feel like my fashion game's like certainly stepped it up. Like, I know I'm not really wearing much right now because I'm still in my gym clothes, but like usually like when I go out and like all that kind of stuff, like it's better now. And like that's another thing, like when you have a group of guys and everything, like, yeah, there's going to be a lot of banter, and like, yeah, you might get like a little offended by stuff, but like don't get offended by that stuff, like, especially if it's stuff that you can change. If it's stuff that you can change, especially, like, don't get offended by it, man. Like, it's just them telling you that you have to do better at something. That's literally all it is. It's them telling you that you have to do better. And when you do want to do better at that thing, they'll be the first ones to help you. At least that was my experience with it. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one, guys. I'll see you all in the next one. And until then, have a good one.